Oh, hello everyone. It's been quite a while since I said that one. Today I am ranking every single character in Smash Ultimate purely on how much I like them. I just thought this would be a fun little video to make as well. With a concept like this, you should for sure expect some, spooky opinions, ooh, so, be on the lookout for that. I already imagine this video is gonna upset a bunch of people, but, who really cares? I definitely don't. If I don't like a character and you do, you know what? That's good for you. That's why we're all humans and have different preferences, right? Like, we're allowed to like whatever we want. The only thing is, just be respectful and, you know, don't try to ruin what other people enjoy. That's all that matters. Starting things off with F tier, this is the tier for the characters I just hate. Like, I hate them. Like, we have Kazuya and Bayonetta. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why I hate Kazuya so much, but I just do. He just looks like an absolute asshole with no redeeming qualities. I obviously haven't, like, played Tekken or even, for that matter, seen 1 second of gameplay of it, so, like, I might be completely wrong, and I don't really know. But either way, I just don't like him. For Bayonetta, though, I actually have a reason. Bayonetta 2 is for sure the worst game I've ever played through completely and didn't decide to drop. The game to me was just mashing buttons and just motion sickness galore because of the backgrounds. Funny enough, it's kind of like the Smash Bros. Stage, actually. So yeah, I hated the game with a passion, and so I don't really like Bayonetta either. D tier is also filled with characters I've never actually played their home game either, and I'm only going to be taking guesses to, like, how they actually are and, you know, like, what they look like as a main ranking as well. Starting things off with Banjo and Kazooie, the only thing I really have to go off of with these two is just, like, random fan art interaction stuff. Like, I've seen some pretty funny Kazooie and Mythra going back and forth, like, things. Maybe there's probably one on the screen right now. It's pretty funny, but, like, it's obviously a fan thing, but I just have no, like, connection to them whatsoever, so they're just in D tier. Toon Link, Young Link, Sheik, and Ganondorf are all from Zelda, and I have no connection towards whatsoever. I played Breath of the Wild for a short amount of time, but I decided to drop it just because I found it boring. Like, it's for sure not a game for me, and the characters I just mentioned, like, I don't know. They don't seem to have that much of a personality. Next, we have all the Metroid characters, Dark Samus, Samus, Zero Suit Samus, and Ridley. That's a lot of Samuses, I know. Once again, no connection whatsoever, and I've never even actually played a Metroid game at all, so I actually have, like, nothing to really go off of. Joker just seems like a nerd piece of shit, if you ask me. Like, I haven't played Persona 5, so I might be completely wrong, but I did look up some videos of Persona 5 to see maybe it'd be a game I want to play. I don't think I would, so I'm not going to, so for that fact, or for that matter or whatever, I'm gonna label him as a nerd piece of shit. Terry, Ken, and Ryu are from, I'm pretty sure, nope, I was about to say they're all from Street Fighter. They are not. It's like Fatal Fury is what Terry's from? Ooh, I'm so smart. Yeah, I have no connection towards those games whatsoever. Hero, no connection. Ice Climbers, no connection. Mega Man, no connection. Ness and Lucas, though, no connection, but at the very least, oh, that was kind of like a voice crack, was it? Not really. They seemed okay in Subspace Emissary at the very least, like, if that counts for anything. I know it's still Smash Bros, but they seemed alright there. Snake, no connection. Simon and Richter, though, right? There's no connection, obviously, as I haven't played Castlevania, but they seem pretty cool, though. Lastly, we have Olimar and Sora, and they kind of share the same type of story as Joker. I tried looking up their game to see if it'd be something I'd enjoy, and I don't think I'd probably like their own game, so it's, again, same story as Joker, basically. In C tier, there's finally characters here that I can, like, actually, like, share things about, or at least some of them, somewhat, you know what I mean? Link and Zelda just seem cooler than all the other Zelda characters I listed in D tier, but honestly, like, besides that, there's really not much to go off of, as I don't have a connection to them. At the very least, Link was an 8 Deluxe, if that counts for something. Fox, Falco, and Wolf, again, they just seem pretty cool as characters from everything I know about Star Fox and how Smash Bros. Portrays them, but that's it. Min Min seems pretty funny from her Smash Bros. Reveal trailer with the ramen, but I've never played ARMS, and I haven't really even seen much of ARMS either, but if it was a game that, like, I was there for, like, whenever, like, on release date, I probably would have given it a try. Villager and Isabelle, though, now hold on, guys, get ready for this one. I've actually played Animal Crossing, ooh. I played a fair share of Animal Crossing New Leaf whenever I was younger, and I'd say I actually ended up enjoying the game a pretty good amount. Villager and Isabelle also ended up being an 8 Deluxe, so that counts for something, right? But, honestly, as characters as a whole, though, like, they don't really do much for me. It's cool that you can customize your villager to be, like, whatever you want, but the options are pretty limited still. And Isabelle's just, like, I don't know, she's like a prairie dog or something. Is she a prairie dog? We're gonna find out. Turns out she's not a prairie dog, she's a Shih Tzu! She's a Shih Tzu, yeah! Inklings are alright. I've played every single Splatoon game up to date, and I really love Splatoon 1 whenever I was younger. Whenever they release Splatoon 4, it's most definitely going to be a game I at least try out, at least for like a little bit. I can't imagine I'm going to like hate it so much or whatever. I think I'll play for a fair bit. Inklings have some character customization options, but like, they obviously don't really speak at all, so it's just kind of hard to rank them any higher. Steve reminds me of Minecraft. No shit. Which, I played it a lot whenever I was younger, and I really loved it back then, but I don't really like it as much anymore, which is fair enough. Steve doesn't really speak, or he doesn't even have a personality for that matter, so it's just kind of hard to rank him any higher. Like, at the very least, it's cool that you can, like, use, like, a skin for anyone that you want in Minecraft, but, like, that's it, really. It's not much to go off of. Rob, Game & Watch, and Duck Hunt all have a silly little reason for being in C tier. I kind of just like how Nintendo, like, references them from time to time. I don't know, I just kind of like it. It's pretty funny. Alright, and lastly, in C tier, we have a lot of characters, so get ready for this one. We have Pokemon Trainer, Charizard, Ivysaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Pichu, Incineroar, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, Lucario, and Greninja. Now, you're probably saying, that's a lot of Pokemon, and guess what? That is a lot of Pokemon, because that is all the Pokemon in Smash Bros. They are all in C tier for me, because every time I see one of them, or just, like, someone mentions Pokemon, just, like, anything relating to Pokemon, it just reminds me of, like, just how overrated of a franchise it is. The only reason why they're in C tier at the very least and not D tier is because I at least have some form of connection to them. Pokemon as a whole, of course, is not awful, like, it's, you know what I mean, it's not like it's that bad. And I even played my fair share of Pokemon games, so like it's not like I'm hating on the series and I have nothing to say about it. No, I played a fair share of them, so I can speak proudly of my opinions on them. But like, holy shit, it is so fucking overrated. I played Pokemon Diamond, Black, White 2, X, Omega Ruby, and Sun. And funny enough, the ones that I've actually played are probably considered to be some of the better ones in the series as a whole. To me, though, they're just alright. Like, if you've never played one, by all means, you're probably gonna have a pretty fun time, I'd say. But, like, after, like, the third game you play, it's just gonna be repetitive. It's an RPG. Like, you're allowed to make an interesting story with characters and maybe some cutscenes and voice acting if you really wanted to, but they just don't do anything new. They hate trying new stuff. I will say, though, the spin-offs at the very least seem pretty cool, as I think that's basically where they try new things. But, like, with their mainline games, no, they hate trying new things, they're bad. But, like, yeah, every time I hear the name Pokemon, or just a Pokemon, just anything relating to that series as a whole, I just translate the word in my head as overrated. And just, like, some part of me just gets annoyed, like, ugh. If you're curious, though, my favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon X, and my favorite Pokemon was Greninja, actually, for that matter, he still is. I played him in Smash 4 along with Rosalina a lot, and he was pretty cool in the anime whenever I watched that whenever I was younger, so there's that. But yeah, I just do not like Pokemon one bit. B tier shares pretty much the same reasons as the characters in C tier, but it's just a little bit more strong to these characters, that's all. Captain Falcon just seems like a pretty cool and good guy, that's all. I think people definitely overhype him for sure, but he's alright. Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Dedede are also pretty cool from the very little bit that I know about Kirby. They're okay. Mii, Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner are going to just be considered Miis, like regular Miis for this ranking, because like I don't think you can rank Mii Brawler on its own. Anyways, I really like Miis, like they're amazing. I really wish Nintendo would do like more stuff relating to them, like they did like with the Wii U, and 3DS era. Like I love that you can make them whoever you want. The customization options are somewhat limited still, but they give you enough at the very least to mess around with. Like, it's a good mix of simplicity and enough for the creative people to go more in depth. Like, obviously, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream isn't out yet, but, like, just look at the Mii creator options here. Like, this is perfect. It's simple enough for people to just create a Mii, but it's also complex enough for people that want to go more in depth. They have the tools to do it. It's great. All in all, though, the context of the Miis matter a lot. If you ask me, like, if you're playing Tomodachi Life or Miitopia, then I'd actually move the Miis up to A tier, because they have personalities and they can even speak. If it's just typical Miis, though, like Wii Sports and Mario Kart, then yeah, they're gonna stay in B tier. Marth, Lucina, Chrom, Robin, and Roy are all Fire Emblem characters. I know, crazy concept. I haven't played any of their, like, home games, but the little bit that I do know about them, or whatever, is from Fire Emblem Engage, or I guess, like, Robin's not in that game, but I don't know, he/she seems alright. I guess for that matter, also Chrom fits there as well. Wii Fit Trainer is from Wii Fit. I know, crazy news! I played that game a lot whenever I was younger. Can you even call it a game? I mean, it is a game technically. But yeah, I played it a lot whenever I was younger, so it counts for something. Pac-Man and his games are also games I played a lot whenever I was younger, and I have a pretty okay amount of memories, I'd say, for like Pac-Man main games and spin-offs. Like, I remember I played the Pac-Man World games quite a lot, I remember them, and I even played this random-ass Pac-Man game called Pac-Man Fever. It's like Mario Party, but it's just kind of bad, but it was still fun, and I have a lot of memories playing that game with my mom and aunt, so that counts for something. Pac-Man as a character, though, I mean, like, he's pretty cool, even if he doesn't have a personality or really speak for that matter. He's alright, it's enough for B tier. Pit, Dark Pit, and Palutena, I have nothing else to go off of other than, like, their Smash Bros. Stuff and their trailers, but they seem alright. Lastly, for B tier, there is Piranha Plant. I love the Mario series as a whole, but to me, he's just not really, like, a character, like, I don't know, I see him as just a plant, that's all. I just have a hard time seeing him, like, in his current form, where he just, like, walks around in the pot, like, if he had, like, legs like PD Piranha, that'd be different. He'd go up another tier, without a doubt. But, to me, like, he's just like a normal plant that's just stuck in the ground, basically. I don't know. Moving on to A tier, the characters here I have a connection towards in one way or another. Alright, we're starting it off with a big list, so get ready, guys. Dr. Mario, Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Bowser Jr., Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, Wario, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, and, funny enough, even King K. Rool. I have more than enough of a connection towards all of them, with how many Mario games I played and, you know, just how much I enjoyed the Mario games. Even though Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool are technically Donkey Kong characters to me, they can kind of, like, edge the Mario character category. I count them as Mario characters and Donkey Kong, that's what I would say. With DK games, though, the only one I've ever played was Donkey Kong Country Returns whenever I was younger on the Wii. I completed it, it was alright. It wasn't really the best to me, though, but it was okay. King K. Rool is a DK character, and he's only in A tier because he's in Mario Sluggers. Like, that alone could classify him as a Mario character for me. So if that game didn't exist, yeah, he's probably dropping down a tier or two, to be honest. Anyways, all the characters I listed here are from a game series that I love. Like, it's not that hard to imagine of, like, why they're ranked so highly. Like, even if you just look at Mario characters as a whole, like, I obviously don't like Donkey Kong, basically. Like, he's not, like, if we're ranking just Mario characters, yeah, he's towards the bottom of the list. However, I still have more than enough of a connection to him where he's gonna be ranking in A tier while looking at Smash Bros. But yeah, anyways, they're all great characters, definitely deserving of A tier. Byleth, Corrin, and Ike are all from Fire Emblem games once again, but however, the difference is, I have played all of these, and I completed all of these. Honestly, the only Fire Emblem game that has a lasting impression on me is Three Houses, but, like, again, I did play all the characters here as home games, so that counts for something. If we're looking at characters as a whole, though, I would say Ike is without a doubt my favorite, but Byleth means more to me, I guess, because I like Fire Emblem Three Houses the most. Sephiroth is from Final Fantasy VII. I know, fucking shocking news over here. I haven't actually played the original game, but I have played the remake and rebirth versions of them, and I definitely enjoyed them a good amount. If anyone's curious, though, I like remake more than rebirth, so there's that, but I'll definitely be playing the final part whenever that comes out. Anyways, though, Sephiroth is definitely overrated if you ask me, both as a character and a villain. He's not terrible, of course, but he's just like, eh. He's still from Final Fantasy VII, and again, I do like the remake, so that's why he's in A tier, but as a character to me, he's just meh. Lastly, we have Sonic. I played a decent amount of Sonic games whenever I was younger, and my favorites were Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, if anyone was curious. Unlike Mario, though, well, I mean, I guess, at least right now, Sonic is just way cooler, and he actually has a personality, and he speaks. I mean, again, Mario speaks as well, but he's like, wahoo! Like, that's pretty much all you get. However, Mario games back in the Wii and GameCube era, like, they actually gave their characters personalities. Like they were going crazy with the personality of the games and the characters, but for some reason, they just took all of that away. Like, I don't know why, but they did. Now they're all just kind of static, if you ask me, with not much of a personality. Like, there's just not much character to them, and honestly, even, like, the games as a whole. There's no, like, really, like, fun stuff that's just like, oh, that's pretty funny. They don't really got that anymore. Like, you remember all the animations and silly stuff they used to do in, like, all the sport games? Like, that was amazing. It's just not here anymore, though, sadly. Maybe it'll come back at some point, but, yeah, that's at least what I'm hoping for. Anyways, I'm supposed to be talking about Sonic, but, yeah. Sonic, on the other hand, though, he still has all this type of stuff. Like, he has character, and he still does. S tier is for the characters I really like and have a really strong connection towards. This is the only tier that I decide to rank, so keep that in mind. So, at the bottom of S tier, we have Cloud. Cloud has a good backstory with his time working for Shinra, and then now he's going up against the corrupt and straight-up evil corporation. As a character, though, he hides his emotions enough, but you can still tell that he's not a bad guy. If anyone's curious, though, my personal favorite Final Fantasy VII character is Zack. Next up, we have Rosalina. She's my favorite Mario character, and I play as her all the time in Mario games whenever she's available to pick or whatever. Like, no matter how bad or good she is, I will pick her. That's how I pick all of the characters I play in whatever game I play. I pick them purely off if I like them or not their competitive viability. Actually, I could re-say that sentence. Competitive viability! There you go. I have a deep enough connection to her, and I definitely have a lot of memories, like, with her as well, I would say. Like, I remember unlocking her in Mario Kart Wii when I was younger, and I was just like, ooh, she's pretty, and she seems pretty cool. I'm gonna go play as her. And from that point on, I just kind of stuck with her. Mario Galaxy also is my favorite 3D Mario game, and she's, like, one of the only Mario characters that have a backstory and, like, I guess... a character growth's a bit of a stretch, but a character backstory. There you go. Like, I just love that, really. Cloud 100% is the better character between him and Rosalina. Like, that's not even a question. Rosalina is, like, definitely a static type of character with not much of a personality either. But with how much I love the Mario games and how much I play as her in them, like, I kind of have to rank Rosalina higher than Cloud. Lastly, there is Shulk. He is my favorite character from Xenoblade 1. Had it been anyone else from Xenoblade 1, though, they might have honestly lost to Rosalina. Anyways, as you all know, I love Xenoblade. Mainly, we're just looking at the trilogy. I do not like X at all, so we're just gonna pretend like X does not exist. Xenoblade 1 is a good game. It's my least favorite in the trilogy, and you can kind of tell it's an older game, but it's still good no matter what. Shulk as a character has some growth, and he's overall just a good, well-written character, I'd say. He's kind of smart, but a lot of the reasons why I like him are kind of just because of the events that happen in Xenoblade 1 and how he handles them and, like, what he says and stuff. He's a cool and good guy with some character growth, and keeping all that in mind, it's definitely enough for him to rank number 1 in S tier. Some of you probably thought that was the end of the video. Or, if you've been here longer than, like, one video of mine or whatever, you're like, where's Pyra and Mythra? Well, they have their own tier called S plus Infinity tier, which would be infinite tiers higher than regular S tier, and I am not even joking about that. I love them both that much. Obviously, they come from Xenoblade 2, which is definitely my favorite video game ever, and it's just never going to be topped. To me, it's a once-in-a-lifetime type of media, and I'm really never expecting to experience anything like that ever again. Mythra's my favorite character in all of media, and along with Pyra, who still, without a doubt, would end up being in this tier alone. Like, yeah, it makes sense to why I'm ranking them infinity tiers higher than regular S tier. They have the best character growth I've ever experienced in anything, and I just love their personality so much as well. Like, it's just such a good mix. Pyra is all kind and polite, and on the other hand you have Mythra, who's confident, honest, short-tempered, and sarcastic. I really can just go on and on about them forever, so if you do want to learn more about Pyra and Mythra, just check out this video I did on why I love them so much. It's an absolute masterpiece of a video to me, and it really does just mean so much to me, that video. It's by far my most meaningful video, and always will be. If you have any interest in complex stories, character growth, or RPGs as a whole, I can't recommend enough. Just play Xenoblade 2. Anyways, with all that said and out of the way, there goes my rankings of every single character in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Thank you for watching.